And here
So
we go.
So it looks like everyone's taking the same start, though. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we got red pendant at Eastern Palace. Now, what this means, Pedestal Seed, in order for or Pedestal Race, for this to work, instead of going after Ganon, the main goal is to pull the pedestal. Doesn't really matter what's on the pedestal. Once you pull it, you are done. It will automatically take you to the end screen. So basically, just get the 3 pendants and get to the pedestal.
DKS, save and quit, went back to Sanctuary, and we've already got a hook shot.
Oh, wow. Hook shot right out the gate. Not bad. And we've got silvers there in Uncle's chest. So right out the gate. Normally, that'd be really awesome, but we may not need money arrows here, obviously, since Ganon is no longer required.
There's still a few dungeons where it's nice to have those silvers, though. I'm thinking of Misery Mire for Vitreous, if you need to kill Armos for some reason. There's still a couple of nice ones to have it on. We don't know if we need them yet, though.
Nope. We've got B-Torp there in the race game. So ADM's going to be picking that up here pretty soon. Meanwhile, both GFE12 and Burn the Witch going to pick up their hook shots there in Sanctuary. Definitely a very good item to have out the gate. And DKS now into the Lost Woods. He's going to find out what items are waiting out there. We got a Piece of Heart. So let's see what else we can find here. This early Sphere Zero, you never know what you might find. We also did see 300 rupees at the Lumberjacks. Probably won't be seeing that. Ooh, Blue Mail. Nice.
And Edium, I believe it's, found a bottle over on the race game, so he's going to be able to check Sick Kid real quick.
Yep, I mentioned that earlier. Got a B-Torp there. We got a shield on the library bookshelf. Probably will not be seeing that. Very few runners even bother with shields if they can avoid them.
I see some of our runners skipping the heart pieces that they're seeing. Health is not as much of a concern when you probably don't have to worry about Ganon's Tower or fighting the Big Pig.
Indeed. We saw 10 arrows in the back of the tavern, and we're going to see Sick Kid here as we also start the back of Blind's Hut. Big 20 there from Sick Kid. And we got a bottle of green goo, 50 rupees, Moon Pearl, ooh, and some blueberries there for DKS.
Starting to look like Stackerico over here.
Indeed, another big 20 there for DKS, and we got another big 20 there for Idiom there in the Chicken Shack. So, not a huge list of items, but we certainly have not seen too... it's been a pretty balanced run so far. I mean, we've got Hookshot, we've got Moon Pearl. Let's see what we find here in the well. Here's another hot spot for items this early on. We've got 10 arrows to start things off. And as we head into the back, let's see what else we find. Eddie, I'm going to pick up some more bombs there from the Secret Hut. Another 5 rupees there. Another blue bee for DKS. And we find blueberries, big 20... and another bottle of green goo. A lot of green potions floating around here in Kakariko today.
That's already 3 of our 4 bottles accounted for.
That is insane. Let's see what the bottle vendor's got. Oh, another 10 arrows.
Not vanilla, thank goodness.
You and I were both thinking it. You were like, don't tell me he's going to have a bottle and just fill out the set.
It is way too early for that.
Exactly. Now, because of the way this seed works, this could go for as little as half an hour if things go easy, or we could be looking at a 2-hour seed. You never know. It really depends on what dungeons are pendant dungeons and what items they will require to get to and through those pendant dungeons. So this is a wild card race. Just because it seems like it's easier doesn't guarantee anything.
Yeah, they could be Dark World access and a sword away from clearing all 3 pendants right now, or we could have boots. We could have a torch on the Desert Torch with boots in Ganon's Tower. Or okay, well that's a crystal, so that doesn't quite apply.
No, not in this case. But you get the general idea of what you could have here. All right, DKS not going to pick up Beat Torp since he's already got those 2 green bottles. So he's going to go ahead and probably going to be doing either South Shore or Eastern run. Most likely South Shore because that's usually the better run to Wake. And I am correct. That's exactly where he's going.
Yeah, with that hook shot, it's going to make the mini Moldorm Cave a lot easier to get through.
Yeah, and we have had a map check. We've had 2 crystals and Desert and Hera, and we had Red Pendant at Eastern. All right, so DKS starting the South Shore run, gets the piece of heart there from the chest of the dam.
Getting a nice hook shot clip through the block there, only having to go into the dam once.
Always a nice little speed tactic there if you can pull it off. Nicely done. And let's see what we have here. And just a big 20 from the drained area. He's going to pick that up, try to build up that Zora money. They definitely will need that. There's your map check for you there. And next up for DKS will be the mini Moldorm Cave. Another hot spot for items here in this Fair Zero. With that hook shot, it won't be too difficult to get through here because Moldorms can go down to a single hook shot.
Yeah, bombs, you can kill them with bombs, but with their movement, it's not always great. And that's a nice full magic pickup there.
Indeed. Let's see what the Corv has. 10 arrows, a single rupee, flute. Ooh, not bad. Full heart, and a piece of heart. So not a great cave, but certainly not bad. Getting a flute, get some some easy fast traveling. You certainly won't turn that down.
That flute just unlocked Light World Death Mountain.
Indeed, that puts, aside from the old man, that puts the Death Mountain in logic. So not a bad find this early on. Is Itium finally picking his hookshot for the Sanctuary?
Yeah, as you said, it's everything except the old man in logic and Tower of Hera.
Yeah, because with hookshot included, that adds up East Death Mountain and that treasure trove. Some with Paradox Cave, Spiral Cave, and a couple other spots. Oh, those crabs giving him some trouble there.
Blue mail coming in handy, though.
Indeed. Very, again, give that extra defense. Let's see what we have here in the Ice Rod Cave. This is a location a lot of runners can sometimes forget to check. And just a big 20 today.
Not going for the fake flipper, and Itium is going for the Houlihan strat.
Oh, setting up the Chris Houlihan room. One of the easiest ways to do it is jump in the river near that cave a few times, go in and out of the cave, and then grab the, go into the cave, jump into the river a few times, and then jump down to that nearby hole, and that almost guarantees you entrance to the Houlihan room because of how the values get messed up. So, easy way to get what, 250 rupees, I think is what the number is?
225.
Ah, was close. Never remember the exact number. I know it's something around there. And DK's not going to waste any time. Going to immediately activate his flute. Given that they've checked most of the locations, not a big surprise. The only other place outside of Death Mountain he can go to is Sir Hassela's Closet in an early run into Eastern. But I think he wants to see if he can get a bow first, so he can just full clear that in one go. And ladies and gentlemen, the goose is loose. GFE right behind him, and sure enough, DKS heading right up to Death Mountain. Now, this is technically a secrets break, but DKS is going to go into the caves in the dark, and he's going to pick up the old man. If you're most average runners of Link to the Past will do this in the dark without too much trouble, so not a big surprise there, as Burn the Witch going to do the fake flipper run.
And the other thing about the dark rooms, there's a lot of ways to figure out where you are. DKS using the hook shot there to figure out where he is in relation to those walls.
Yeah, also, can we verify, did Burn the Witch find Can of Samaria? I don't remember seeing that. I'm gonna guess that was a misclick. It happens. I don't know when you would be able to pick that up. We got a piece of heart from the old man. And another piece of heart from the hobo.
Yeah, it was a misclick. He's got the flute, not the cane.
It happens. Yep, it happens. Don't, trust me, folks. Being a tracker is not an easy job. You may think it is, just clicking buttons all day, but trust me, the amount of attention you got to pay to get that done, things like that will happen. We got a heart container up on Spectacle Rock, and DK is not even going to check Spectacle Rock Cave. He's just gonna go for it.
In all honesty, now since there's a hint tile right there, you just go for it to check the tile.
That's true, yeah. With version 30, hint tiles now actually can potentially offer you hint locations. Ice Rod in Paradox Cave. That is a good one.
Not quite as valuable as you'd like, actually, because he was going to go to Paradox Cave anyway, I would bet.
Yeah, true. It's nice to know that you're going to get something out of it. I did not see if Burn the Witch got anything out of Waterfall Fairy. I'm assuming not. But he fills out one of his potions with a red one.
Yeah, Burn the Witch got a pair of big 50s.
That's, yeah, not really helpful right now. Still not enough for Zora money, unfortunately. The DKS is going to be our first one into the Paradox Cave.
And there's another big 50 on the Zora ledge.
Yeesh. Not a big item spread this early on. Sometimes you'll get lucky and get a ton of items right out the gate, but this time, small spattering.
Eddie,
so let's see if we can find.
He figured out his stun price is big 20s. He might be farming up for Zora.
Ooh, that might not be a bad idea. All right, we didn't find much at the bottom end of Paradox Cave, but we know somewhere in one of these 5 chests up here is the Ice Rod. Maybe useful depending on whether or not Turtle Rock's required. We don't know for sure, but let's see what we got. Well, hammer on top of it. Ooh. And the Vampire Skewer. There's the Ice Rod. And 10 arrows to boot.
So we are just a glove away from Dark World access. And here comes our last goose.
Yep, everyone's got their flutes activated now, so we're seeing a lot of flute traveling.
There's another big 20 over on the floating island, and that hammer means Hera is now available.
Indeed. And we're starting to run in Tower of Hera. Got a small key at the downstairs. Oh boy!
Not what you want to find when you don't have a fire source.
Exactly. Do we have an early basement run? It all depends on the center chest here. We're also going to hint unique item near Misery Mire, possibly Mire Shack. Powder, which means yep, they are basement locked.
Well, that's one of the 2 items out of Hera. Hera is a crystal, so they might not need to clear it, and powder opens up another location.
Indeed, Magic Bat is now in play. Since they do already have the hammer, they can check that immediately, which might not be a bad call. But before we do that, DKS is going to run Spiral Cave, since you want to make sure you grab that item. Again, it may be a single item, but you skip one of those locations and odds are good it's the one that has what you're looking for. I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, I believe we've commentated a race that was lost because of that.
I believe so. So that's why I always say, don't, if you're near there, check it. Anyway, let's see what we get here in Spiral Cave. Power Glove. What did I say? We had Dark World access.
Now, looping in with that hint we got earlier, a unique item is near Misery Mire. So that means that the Meyer shed has a unique item, and we are one glove away from being able to check that.
Absolutely, but one thing we can check right now, and DKS is heading right there, it's Hyper Gripe Cave time, ladies and gentlemen. What will our cave have for us today? Well, we've got a decent amount of items, so it's a 50-50 shot. There's our check there. Green pendant. Oh no, green pendant at Swamp, blue pendant at Turtle Rock. This is gonna be brutal.
And our big bomb crystals are Skull Woods and Thieves Town.
That's not too bad, provided we can find a fire rod soon enough for Skull Woods, but the rest of it, Turtle Rock and Swamp being pendants, that is probably the worst case scenario for you. We've got blueberries there. Start off here in Hyper Gripe Cave. Piece of heart. Another piece of heart. Dribble bombs and a shield. So complete trash cave for DKS. And we also saw a piece of heart at Magic Bat. So nothing there.
Seeing a lot of gripe.
Yep, absolutely. Not anything. Not a thing there. Yeah, this is what we... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, this is why we said this, you know, with a pedestal race like this, it could be 30 minutes, it could be 2 hours. I'm thinking we're gonna be leaning more towards the latter in this case. But let's see what we got here at Old Stumpy. More love. And a lot of hearts around here.
So now that we know what our pendants are, we still need a bow, flippers, fire rod, red cane, mirror, at least one sword, and at least one medallion.
Indeed. And to answer a question, chat, yes, it is very possible that you may have to clear all 7 crystal dungeons and get to Ganon's Tower to find the item you need to clear that pendant dungeon. It is very possible. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Meanwhile, DKS running the digging game here, not finding much. Are we gonna have to go full 30 here?
Well, I wouldn't say it's extremely likely though, because you need bow for pod, and we just find a heart container over there on the digging game.
Indeed. Why do we need a sword? Because you need a sword to use one of the medallions. So because a medallion is required, you need at least one sword to be able to use it.
I feel bad for Edium right now. He has forgotten that he needs a fire source for the basement.
Oh no, that's gonna be brutal. Oh, the DKS now checking a new location, heading over to the back end of Escape. There's 3 chests back here, so hopefully one of those will have something of value. Oh, Edium, poor Edium. All right, let's see what we got back here. We have Big 20. There's the map. And a heart piece, so nothing. And I'm just now really taking a death where he's like, oh, yeah, need a fire source. Crud.
So if I'm reading this right, the only item that could be locked in Ganon's Tower is the medallion for Turtle Rock.
Oh, don't jinx it like that, man. Don't jinx it like that.
I'm just saying, it's unlikely.
Ganon's Tower item is basically this race's equivalent of a pedestal seed. Though one of our trackers, Duke Firebird, also points out Mirror could be in there as well, because Mirror is not required for Turtle Rock.
This is where you hope the book is on the desert ledge. If the book is accessible, then yeah, Mirror can be in Ganon's Tower. How many digs was that?
That was pretty close to 30. And we also saw a look into Sir Hostela's closet there, but it looks like there wasn't much. There's a piece of heart, a big 20, 2 big 20s and a piece of heart, so nothing there either. DKS now heading into Skull Woods. Hoping to get a lucky item break there. Not going to find much, while Burn the Witch heading off into Eastern Palace. Going to go ahead and make that gamble. Let's see if it pays off.
Well, Eastern also has a hint in it, so... And
that is true.
Since it's required, you'll at least have the big key, so when you find that boat, you can just go.
And DKS forced to go into the bumper room. There's always a guaranteed small key in that chest, because if there wasn't, you could soft lock yourself. So the logic always dictates a key has to be there.
Burn the Witch finding the first item in Eastern Palace, and it is a big 300.
Not bad. That means Zora's now in play for him.
Skull Woods, however, coming up empty. It doesn't look like DKS decided to go to the back for that one chest.
No, didn't think that way. 10 arrows there for Burn the Witch there in Eastern Palace, as GFE going to be checking that as well. Piece of heart on Bumper Cave, so that's going to be skipped.
We do have our second item out of Eastern, so one to go.
Yep. Burn the Witch probably hoping they can find it immediately so he doesn't have to dig out all of it, but you know how this luck goes. Odds are good like the next chest is going to be like map or compass. Or the big key, for that matter. Oh, mirror in the Sea House for DKS. That's a good find. Well, so much for that dream. It's down to the medallions. And there's the map for Burn the Witch.
And the hint in Eastern was useless. And we're going to get the swamp hint.
And we've got our first sword there for DKS. Found one in the bombable hut there.
That was an ugly hint from Edium. There is a unique item behind the hammer.
So something is hammer locked. Thankfully, all of our runners have the hammer, so eventually they will find it. It's just a matter of when and where.
Yeah, but the list of pure hammer locked locations is not very big.
That's true. All right, DKS gonna go ahead and check out the East Town. Finds the big key right out the gate. As Burn the Witch gonna check out Vanilla Big Key chest. Heart container for DKS. And Burn gonna try to do the damage boost, but he's gotta be running a little carefully. He's running a little low on health. And I think he just kind of put himself in an unwinnable state now.
Yeah,
I don't think he can
anymore.
No, maybe he can. And he gets the heart container, so that is it for Eastern Palace.
At least all three items are found, so you know Eastern Palace is a dud until you get that bow.
Yep. And DK is not finding anything in the front end of Thieves Town, but he's just going to go ahead and run through it. Now that he has a sword, he can fight blind. Yes, Magic Bat has been checked. Just a piece of heart there. Oh, hello. Burn the Witch heading into the escape. Gonna be relying on hammer strats to get through there, it looks like.
Where's Edium going? Oh, we might get our Zora check.
Oh, he's got enough rupees for it. I don't see why he wouldn't.
GFE's probably making this. No, maybe not.
Or maybe so. We got a big 20 starting things off in the lower end of escape. Armor held by what? I did not see that.
I believe that's someone friendly. Where did we get our first armor upgrade?
That was in the Forest Thieves hideout, so odds are good. We might see someone holding on to the red mail.
Out of everyone that's left, I believe that's either the Smith or Sahasrahla.
Oh, that'd be interesting. 10 arrows there for DKS. Or Gina's cave, according to Duke Firebird. Oh,
no,
maybe not.
Gina's chest. It has to be on the person.
Oh, could be catfish.
I think that does count, actually. Yeah, so catfish and Zora.
Yep, that's what Duke Firebird was saying. Oh, clever use of the ice rod here by Burn the Witch. Going to be throwing the frozen soldier at the chain guard.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
So, since Burn the Witch found all 3 chests down there, and we've seen the back of escape, that means that Dark Cross is the small key.
So that guarantees that issue's dealt with. We got 10 arrows there from the main chest. And I think we've already found all the items in Thieves Town, so he's not even checking the big chest, even though he could.
I think GFE was about to save and quit and then realized how many rupees he has.
Yep, more than enough. All right, so let's find out from Zora here. Life lesson, love lesson, or worth is DKS taking on Blind. All right, what do you got, big fish? Just some blueberries. Life lesson.
Explosive lesson.
Very nice blind fight there for DKS. Take him down with no problem.
It's a bit unfortunate that Thieves Town so far has come up with nothing, but there's still the possibility that the Pyramid Fairy has something.
That is very true. And we've got a sword on the desert ledge. Oh my.
So DKS is, he doesn't know it, but he's actually a glove away from having Master Sword.
All right, Burn the Witch gonna head out over to Agina's cave. As seeing a lot of different plays here. Both DKS and Eddie, I'm both checking out Magic Vat. They're going to be both disappointed. And just 10 arrows from Agina's cave. Wow, this seed is playing hard to get.
So GFE will be getting his sword before long. He's going to make his play onto Skull Woods. I'm trying to figure out, what have we not seen out of our runners so far?
That's a good question. What can they... Honestly... I don't know, because we can't... Let's see, what can we access right now?
We could sequence break Spike Cave.
Actually, what our tracker fear agent just gave another good idea. Pod.
We don't like Bolus Pod.
Normally, you are correct, but it is a crystal dungeon in a pedestal run. So unless Helmasaur King has something, odds are good we won't need the bow. Well, oh no, wait, there is right side pod. Well, still. Also, we got Near Cave had a bloomerang for us. Not much there. We also have Pyramid and Catfish to still check. So I think pretty much left side, right side Dark World is what we need to check right now.
Yeah, I think that's all that's left. And DKS has already picked up on that.
I'd almost say he was listening to us, but I'm assuming he's not. He shouldn't be anyway. I would just call that a big coincidence. But nonetheless, he's heading up here.
He was headed there before we were talking about it.
Exactly. That's why I say just a coincidence. Oh, we've got Titan's bits on the pyramid.
That is pretty big.
That is very big.
That is a getting out of Dark World big. Oh, that is a smooth route right there.
Rounding it, uncles. Gonna be getting the silver arrows out of that deal. Not much, considering we probably won't need them. But hey, you know what? Depending on what bosses he has to fight, silver arrows wouldn't be that bad.
It's an easy Armos kill.
Yeah, that is very true. And it doesn't. It's pretty good for Argus as well.
If you can line it up.
It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not that difficult. I've seen plenty of runners do it. Admittedly, it's not really going to be useful for Tridex, but yeah, what you going to do? 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
And it looks like some of our chat now that they understand how this pedestal race works, they're starting to understand how trolly it can be. Like we said, depending on where the items are and what dungeons are required, it could be a half an hour or it could be 2 hours. You never know.
There's an odd play I'd consider making at this point.
Really?
Go up to Dark Death Mountain and check Super Bunny, Hookshot Cave, and check your medallion requirement for Turtle Rock.
Actually, that's not really a weird idea. I would have probably considered that idea myself. Especially if you've got Titan's Mints now like DKS does. Oh, we've got our first medallion. Bombos in the Graveyard Cave. There for GFE. Could that be our Turtle Rock entry?
That's probably the most useful medallion to find right now, because if it's not your Turtle Rock entry, it might be your way into Ice Palace.
That is true, but Bombos can get you entry into Ice Palace because it can kill a lot of those frozen enemies. So we'll have to see how that comes into play here. And if it's not for Turtle Rock, it could also be the medallion for Misery Mire, which may have your entry into Turtle Rock.
And DKS is back up onto the mountain.
Could he have been Could he have already been on the same route we were thinking? Maybe he was psychically hearing your advice. Because he's gunning straight for that Dark Death Mountain play.
Meanwhile, our other 3 runners are all in Village Outcast doing different things. We got Edium going through Thieves Town. We got GFE getting his sword. We got Burn the Witch going for some digs.
He's not going to be happy with what he gets out of it either. But nonetheless, let's keep our eyes peeled on DKS right now. He's into the main part of Super Bunny Cave. 2 chests here to check out. What do we find? We got more blueberries and another big 20. That's all right. The real money's in the Hookshop Cave anyway.
And Turtle Rock.
It is Ether. So it looks like that Bombos medallion not quite useful just yet, but could still have its part to play as we head into the Hookshot Cave. Oh, and immediately falls.
Jelly not playing nice. That's a mushroom.
Oh my. Anyone up for a fetch quest? Got a big 20. Quake! Wow, we found the 2 medallions we don't need.
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm sorry, that's funny. To find Quake and Bombos when you need Ether. That's just perfect trollage right there.
We're going to get that mushroom check real quick because thank you, Flute.
Indeed. Gotta love that. Eddie, I'm now working on blind there. Not doing too bad. And the mushroom is just 50 rupees.
There's some blue goo.
Just to load up on that and be prepared. Nicely done there, Eddie. I'm taking out blind. Little close there. Clutched that one out.
One hard. Yeah. DK's finding that sword. He's going to probably flute right back to 6 and go grab it.
He's got his mirror. He can do this. And he's certainly not going to turn away a good sword when he needs it. Plus, he can check out Meyer Shack while he's at it. We know there might be something in that Meyer Shack. We know there's something in that Meyer Shack, so what could it be? All right, gonna use the mirror trick to disappear those blocks, and we find blueberries and flippers. I think we just opened up our first pen dungeon, my friends.
And it's an important one too, because we still have that hint that says that something unique is behind the hammer. A lot of Swamp Palace is locked by the hammer.
And we have another hint with it. It's another unique item is being held by someone friendly. Sir Hasselhoff very well fits that description. And if I remember correctly, Swamp Palace is Green Pendant. All right,
Yes.
so we're gonna first look. Oh, Desert Palace is torch locked.
Desert's a crystal, so that's not the worst thing.
If we can find the items quickly enough, it may not be too bad. We'll just have to hope there's nothing in the big chest or on Landmolus. Well, we got our key. That's a start. All right, let's see what we find. Heart container, there's one item.
That's a little bit of peace of mind. What's back here?
He's got to hope it's not map or compass. It's the map, which means he's Big Key has locked him out. Either in the big chest or on Landmolus.
Looked like he's about to go back there.
No, I think he's heading to Checkerboard Cave.
I don't think he's checked Meyer's requirement.
No, I don't think he has. Then again, he's probably counting on not needing to go in there. And we've got Piece of Heart there in Checkerboard. Not going to be helpful for him.
Going over here to Aeginas.
You know, this will be a bust. Near perfect blind fight for GFE, only taking one hit at the end. Nicely done.
He's got blue mail to half the damage from running into blind. He's got 11 hearts. Use health as a resource and just speed it up.
Cases like that, sometimes it's better just to tank it. But thankfully with his dodging skills, he didn't have to tank much.
This looks like a swamp play from DKS.
Again, you've got flippers, you've got hookshot, you've got mirror. There's really no reason to skip this. Go for it. You never know. It might have important items in it. and it's one of your 3 pendants. And more specifically, it's the green pendant, which means that adds another item to the already huge item count in Swamp Palace. There's no reason to skip this one.
Now, Bombos is also in Logic for DKS. He just hasn't went up to, I believe it was Graveyard Ledge to get it yet.
Correct.
So if this doesn't pan out, there's also Ice Palace.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. Oh, and I think Edium's making the pod play.
We'll find out real quick if Pod's in Logic or not.
And GFE gonna be heading over to the pyramid. He's about to pick up his Titans bits here. All right, Edium gotta. Oh, he's gonna get his mirror. He's gonna check Sir Hassela here real quick while he's in town. Not a bad call. So what do we get when we start off here in Swamp for DKS? Well, oh, we got an early map. Huh.
Yeah, if DKS recognizes the unique item behind Hammer, he's probably going to check left side if he doesn't get a unique item up front.
Oh, Edium got through the maze, but he forgot to pick up everyone's favorite little extortionist, Kiki the monkey. Kind of need that and 110 rupees to get an end to pod. Nice fight there from Burn the Witch, taking out Blind. So that means all 4 of our runners have defeated Blind now. So let's see. We've got 2 dungeons to keep an eye on here. We've got Edium here in Pod and DKS in Swamp.
It's kind of unfortunate, though, that Thieves Town has turned up nothing.
Yeah, with how easy of a dungeon is, you kind of hope it has something there. Small key for Edium, which is actually really good. It means he can avoid having to deal with right side pod early on.
Well, he's got 3 bottles. He could probably do the potion glitch, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing it anyway.
Well, we'll see. And it looks like DKS is going left side Swamp. Oh, we've got Fire Rod and Pod.
And the pyramid is open. Because now they can get into the back of Skull Woods and clear Mothula.
Yep.
Plus, that's also part of the equation for Turtle Rock.
And Edium going. I think he's going to go for Potion Glitch. Oh! Unique item is indeed green pendant lock, which means DKS might have just made the right call.
I believe that also means that Catfish has a unique item now.
Yeah. Oh, this is getting interesting. This is why we've added hint tiles to version 30, because of moments like that.
And there's Potion Glitch from Edium.
Nope, not quite. Oh, yep, you got it. There's the big key for DKS. And Das Boots!
Boots.
What are those?
Now, if I remember correctly, boots have their own hint.
Hmm. And a heart container in the big chest, but DKS is now on his way to Argus.
Meanwhile, Edium's still making his way through Pod. He's got 3 keys, but he's got to make his way. He's got to get up there. And Burn the Witch was... Those beetles were ganging up on him.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. More blueberries and 10 bombs. So a whole lot of blueberries there for DKS.
And I believe that 10 bomb item could be the unique item that was that required the hammer. Or that.
And Cane of Burna.
So yeah, the requires hammer hint is now dead.
All right, there's the big key there for Edium there in the back of that dark room, and 10 arrows to boot. As DKS now taking on Argus. Oh, we haven't seen Catfish yet. What has Catfish got for us here? There's our red mail. We said armor behind something friendly. You called it.
All right.
And Edium now working on the dark maze. Now here comes the tricky part. We don't know. We may not even know what item he picks up at this point, because we may not be able to see what he pulls out of the chest.
Oh, and Meyer requires Quake.
Ah, down goes Argus there for DKS. And just a big 20 for ourselves. But hey, we've got our green pendant.
We know there's something unique on it. It could be the bow.
Oh, that'd be quite the twist. Could be the bow, could be the Cane of Samaria, could be our medallion. All right, where is DKS headed?
Edium is getting his first check of Eastern Palace now.
Won't find much there, unfortunately.
Oh, with those boots, DKS can check Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb.
Not a bad call there. Plus, he'll be going by Graveyard Ledge, so he'll get his Bombos medallion as well.
Edium got a book.
Oh, Edium got a book, and DKS just got tempered. So one of the items in the Dark Maze was the Book of Medora.
Now, here's another question. We're about 50 minutes in. We haven't seen a lamp.
No, we have not. DKS picking up their Bombos medallion now. Oof. That lamp tends to block a lot of early locations. Where is that thing hiding?
And technically, the tablets are not in sequence right now because they were lamp locked. The book was lamp locked.
Indeed. Well, let's see what we have here in King's Tomb here for DKS, and just some more blueberries.
Looks like DKS about to go check catfish.
Well, it's not progression, but I'm sure he won't complain about getting red mail pretty soon.
11 heart red mail, you're set for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, you're pretty much done.
Especially with Tempered Sword.
Yeah. I mean, considering you're not even had to worry about Ganon, you're pretty much armed to the teeth at this point.
GFE about to open up the portal to Turtle Rock. He's about to get a rude awakening here.
He's like, "Ah, I've got Bombos. Let's just see if this works here." Oh, wait, never mind.
If he could have opened it, it would have been worth seeing the tile right in the front there.
And TKS can at least check Zora Ledge. He still doesn't have enough money for Zora, and 50 rupees certainly will not be enough to fill that void. So, to be fair, with what we've got right now, a lot is opened up to us. Oh, we didn't even notice this half magic and pod. Burn the Witch just got that.
I guess Edium did not check that chest.
I assume not, because he is not half magic. It looks like DKS is going to work on his Lake Hylia checks, including Hobo and everything else. There's Quake for GFE.
So for DKS, I'm expecting one of two plays. Either go to pod and turn in the green pendant on the way, or go to Ice Palace.
Yeah, that sounds like the plays I would make, and it looks like he's going for Ice Palace.
Ice is 3 items, and it's also 3 hints, so that could give him a direction.
Yep, knowledge is power, I always say. Well, that's kind
That's old news.
Yeah, some raid slashes there from DK. Like, thanks for telling me what I've already got.
Oh, and I said boots have their own hint.
Yep, you were right.
We may be getting our first Meyer check.
Oh, hello. GFE about to go into Meyer. Early big key for DKS, so big chest was in play now.
And Burn the Witch going up to Skull Woods with the fire rod, so we might see a Mothula kill.
We're seeing a whole bunch of different plays going on here from our runners. Answer question, chat. Yes, not only is pet required, guaranteed it is how you win this race. The goal is to get to the pedestal.
Wait, that's a duplicate.
Wait, what?
That's our second spring balls behind Ridley.
Ah, come on, game.
You're going to troll us, at least be unique.
Come on, let's get some originality up in here. Not much in either Pod or Skull Woods. We got the small key there for Burn the Witch.
Ice hasn't had a chance to turn up much either.
Yeah, we still got time up here. And
Well, there's
just
one item.
Yeah, too bad it's not what we're looking for. It's only a big 20. Gonna wait for the big chest for now. Another small key there for GFE.
Did that just say Piece of Heart is with a magic bat?
Thanks, game.
So we had old news, useless hint, old news in Ice Palace.
Meanwhile, Burn the Witch gonna go ahead and take on Mothula.
And Edium is getting those Titan's mitts.
Poor Burn the Witch, with only fighter swords, gonna have to rely on hammer strats to take on Mothula here. Could use his fire rod.
Fire rod with half magic, please.
Almost a given, but he does it the hard way and still pulls out the victory. That means he now has his other Pyramid Fairy Crystal, so that is now in logic for him. 300 rupees there for DKS.
Ice is starting to look like not the play.
No, it's not. Let's hope Pyramid Fairy pays off there for Burn.
And that's the third item.
So Ice Palace is a complete bust. You might as well just mirror on out.
He might be hedging his bets against a GT seed.
That's very true. The rate things are going, it's very well possible. So let's see what we have and what we need for go mode. You know, we've already cleared swamps, so we know that one's ready to go. For Eastern, we just need the bow, and then for Turtle Rock, I think all we need is the Ether Medallion
and the red cane.
Oh, right, red cane. Of course. How can I forget the red cane? As someone who's a big fan of fellow commentator Phantom Ryu, I would be shamed if I forgot the red cane.
Of course, the really bad part of it is Ether could be like it could be in any of the crystal dungeons, or it could be chilling in the final chest of Ganon's tower.
That's the real evil. If you have to go all the way to the inevitable conclusion chest, as I like to call it, the very last chest after killing Moldorm 2, that's just evil. But this is a randomizer. And trust me, folks, this randomizer can be quite evil when it wants to be. Yeah, that's the only thing that could possibly be in GT is the Ether Medallion. Kane can't be there because you got to complete Misery Mire. Bo can't be there because you need it to get through most of Ganon's tower. Plus, Pod is still a thing. So the only thing that could be there is Ether.
Now, Burn the Witch, I'm kind of surprised he didn't try to get up to 100 rupees to buy the big bomb and make this trip up here with the big bomb.
Yeah, that seems like kind of a waste of time, really.
And DKS is finally going to turn in that green pendant.
He's the only one who's got it. What has he got? Bug net.
It's unique.
Didn't people in the chat call that? I'm pretty sure I heard people calling Bugnet earlier.
Bombo's tablet has bombs. Let's take away the O.
Yeah.
Burn the Witch making that Death Mountain trip, about to get the bad news.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have any of the medallions, so to him, it's pretty much doesn't matter. So once he gets that Quake medallion, he's gonna be like, "Oh, come on!" So GFE getting his boots.
Edium's about to make that Swamp Palace dive, so he'll be getting boots before too long.
Yep. And DKS now getting his fire rod.
So between all of our runners, what's left to check in dungeons so far? We've still got an item on Lamolus. We've got an item somewhere in Tower of Hera because it's basement locked. We've got...
Which both of those can be checked now because we have a fire rod, so there's our fire source now.
And the boots to get the big key off the Torch for Desert.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but with fire rod in play, if there's torches in the dark maze, isn't there?
There are not.
Okay, so then that's still out of logic. I'm just double checking that. I couldn't remember if there was or not. So book is still out of logic.
Well, any dark room is out of logic unless you have the lamp.
Ah, okay. I guess I can see why. Just, eh. Tracker Duke Firebird making clear to me why. Yeah, my mind blanked there for a minute.
And we're about to get that Tower of Hera check.
Oh, indeed.
And Burn the Witch not even having to double dip it.
No, he played it smart. He figured don't go in here until you have a fire source just on the off chance. Smart play. Giffy now taking on Argus. All right, so he's gonna be doing the safety strat, or is he gonna play a little dodge tile? He's setting up for. He's gonna set up for the safety strat. Don't want to get hit. There you go. Perfect. Go take a coffee break.
GFE using Ice Rod strats on Argus.
Nicely done. Long gonna get big 20 there, but he can get his bug net if he wants to go pick that up.
Now, I wasn't counting the items in pod. Do we have an item on Helmasaur?
I could not keep track. I have to remember to pull up my my emo tracker next time so I can just keep track of what items are left. There's the big key as expected there for Burn the Witch. No surprise there. Now, I believe we already found one item in here in Tower of Hera, so his only goal is hopefully to just get to the top or get to that couple chests and hopefully procure the last item. He does not want to have to fight Moldorm if he can help it.
What we have left, this is starting to look more and more like a tower seed.
Oh, let's not jump the gun. There's still a few places left for us to check. But it's not out of the realm of possibility, which would be really brutal if that's the case. All right, there's the map.
Useless
And
hint.
another useless hint. As GFE picks up his tempered sword. Not fully, but Misery Mire has been looked at there, Duke. I know one of our runners did go into Misery Mire. I don't know if they full cleared it and got all the items, but they definitely went into it.
Now, just a note about these useless hints. It can roll anywhere from 0 to 5 useless, and we've seen 3.
And it looks like Moldorm is indeed required, as there was map and compass. All right, so yeah, Fear Agent confirming with me. Yeah, they did not check, could not fully clear Misery Mire because it was fire source locked. But we're gonna be getting Trolldorm, and we're getting Spike Cave checked. There's a location we haven't seen yet.
Oh, okay. GFE does have Blue Cane. Okay.
Yep. And just a piece of heart. And 300 from Trolldorm. That's a bust. This seed is not playing nice.
I'm trying to remember if we found 0 or 1 items in Mire.
Fear Agent says we found no items at all. So Misery Mire still has plenty of items left in it.
Yeah, if we haven't found any items in Mire, I think you go back in now that you have the Fire Rod, just because you know you're getting at least 1.
DK has taken out Mothula there. GFE working his way into Desert. He's not going to find much there, unfortunately.
He's got the boots, so he can get the big key and go kill Lambo.
No, he can't. He does not have Fire Rod.
Oh, right. He doesn't have it. I feel it's worth bringing up again. Where is the lamp?
Seems to be our running question for this one, isn't it?
Usually by the hour 10 mark, someone's found it.
And DKS gonna make the big bomb play. He's heading to the ferry.
Yeah, between all 4 of these runners, we're starting to run out of locations.
Indeed.
Chat pointing out lamp could be at the ferry. Yeah, because the dark room was not required for that lamp. I mean, for that fire rod.
Indeed. Well, let's find out here.
But even still, that doesn't give us any more real progression.
There's the lamp and the bow. Holy
that,
cow!
however,
Pyramid Ferry loaded. Talk about the play. I don't think I've ever seen Pyramid Ferry be that necessary.
There's a small caveat, though. In terms of items unlocked, that may be unlocked, like, you know, not counting the fact that they've sequence broken, not having the lamp, yada, yada, yada. That's only unlocked one actual location right now.
Eastern.
We already found all 3 items from Eastern. So the only item and location it unlocks is Helmasaur.
That's true.
Has anyone checked the Ether tablet, though?
No, I don't think we have. And only 2 people can right now, DKS and Edium. The other 2 do not have the book.
Because I know one of them has seen the Bombos tablet.
All right, DKS now making his way through Eastern now. He hasn't been in here yet, so he's going to get all the items he missed, but we already know there's not going to be anything here. Except, because I think we found all the items the first round.
Yes, we did. But it's still a time save for him because single dip versus double dip. And Edium now has a tempered sword. We have 3 runners on tempered.
Indeed. And yet Burn the Witch still on Fighter Sword.
We'll see. Yeah, that's what I thought. He has Master Sword because he saw the Master Sword on the desert ledge.
A lot of our runners doing stuff we've already seen before. And surprisingly, we have not seen any, obviously we haven't seen any dot duns. Oh, also Edium apparently does have Bombos. That's the thing. We have not seen any dot duns, obviously, but we also have not seen any forfeits. So all of our runners outside of the 4 that are being restreamed, we should mention there are quite a few people running this race right now. But no dot forfeits yet, which I am happy about. I want to see all these guys make it to the end.
Well, this isn't for any kind of qualifier or any kind of tournament. This is just for fun.
Indeed. All right, DKS now about to take on the Armos Knights. With Silver Arrows, this will be an absolute joke for him.
Yeah, 6 shots, they're all down.
And just a compass, but he does get his red pendant.
DKS needs Ether and the red cane, and he'll be in go mode.
Indeed.
Though I'd just like to say, for a pedestal goal, that tracker's looking awfully filled out.
No kidding. We found pretty much everything else. The only other items aside from the required ones are the red meringue, the magic cape, and the shovel. And there's our ether tablet check, just some more bombs.
Ooh, we're running low.
Yeah, I've actually been pulling up a tracker to verify what we've got left. We don't have much. Has anyone checked Swordsmith?
I don't think we've seen Swordsmith and Purple Chest.
Yeah, same with Peg Cave either. We haven't seen that either.
Then there's Helmosaur and 2 items in Mire. Ether cannot be in Turtle Rock because it's required just to enter.
Yeah, ether cannot be in Turtle Rock. So let's see. Looking at my map that I've got everything we saw what was on Lake Hylia Island, right? I don't think it was anything important.
Yeah, nothing important.
All right. So let's see. I think we still have an item left on Land Mollusk, don't we? Or did we already confirm that?
Yeah, we have an item left. I don't think we've seen a Landmo kill yet. Now to think about it.
And did anyone see what was on the floating island in Death Mountain?
That was a big 20.
So yeah, we are very short on locations because I've just cleared out my map here. We've got Misery Mire. We've got Swordsmith and Peg Cave. We've got Pod, which we're about to finally finish that up. We've got Desert. And then that's it. So we are very close to a GT run here.
So, what do we do for a GT Big Key guessing game on that?
I don't think we do a GT Big Key guessing game because it's kind of unnecessary at that point. But in order for us to get there, we're eventually going to have to find Canis Samaria, which, unless it's on Helmosaur King, it's going to be in Mire. I'm almost certain it's going to be in Mire.
Yeah, because the Canis Samaria only opens up one location to get us into go mode. I mean, to get us to check to get into go mode.
Yeah. All right, Helmosaur King time. Let's see if this big lizard's got something.
Edium was unfortunate enough to poke the Moldorm.
Yeesh.
We had to deal with super speed for a little bit there.
All right, one shot, one kill. Down goes Helmosaur King. What does he drop? Oh, wait.
Someone in chat was counting the items.
So Helmosaur was dead. So that leaves us with Desert, and Mire, aside from a couple other checks. Good question though. Problem is we don't have a shovel, so Dig Spot's currently out of logic. But if we find the shovel along the way, it's in. But right now we can't.
DKS going up the mountain. He's going to get his unfortunate news from Tower of Hera.
Yeah, he's not done Tower of Hera yet, so he's going to be disappointed by that. So, like I said, here's the plays that I have based on everything, all the items we found, and all of the locations we've checked. Right now, we've got Swordsmith, Peg Cave, Purple Chest, and Desert and Mire. And with Desert, it's basically down to Land Mollusk. Everything else has been checked. Now, if we find Shovel, that opens that up. But right now, we don't have it. Yes, both tablets have been checked. Bombos had bombs, and both tablets had bombs. Yeah, we're almost certainly going to find Kane very soon. One of those spots has to have the Kane. Like, we will find the Kane of Samaria guaranteed in one of those locations, but it's the Ether Medallion is the big question. Is it in one of those missing spots, or is it actually in Ganon's Tower? And if it is, this siege just got a whole lot longer. Though I get the feeling that may not be the case, because, ladies and gentlemen, Salty Fry has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 43 seconds. And that gives him a personal best there, improving his PB by 6:59.
It's kind of funny that this would be the type of seed that gets a PB.
I know, right? That leads me to believe that the Ether Medallion is not in Ganon's Tower. If he could pull that off in that short of a time, I get the feeling we're going to find both of our remaining Go Mode items before we have to run to Ganon's Tower.
You never know. They could have gunned Ganon's Tower and the Ether Medallion's in the basement.
It's possible, but I'm calling it a hunch. And GFE taking out Mothula there as DKS heading up to Troll Door. So here comes the $1 million question. Who's going to check the swordsmiths first? Because I get the feeling if there's something there, it's going to be there now. If it's not Meyer, it's going to be at swordsmith and purple chest.
That does sound like a good idea.
Let's keep our eye on Edium. He's in the vicinity. He might be the first to check. Could this be the moment of truth?
And GFE's getting his big bomb, so he's going to get his lamp and bow before long.
And indeed, Edium has picked up Jeremiah. So we're about to see Peg Cave and the Peg Cave purple chest swordsmith combo. Not exactly in that order, but you get my point. All right. First up, Peg Cave for Edium. We're going to watch this cut very closely. What's it going to be?
Show me Red Cane.
Butter Sword.
Not going to turn it down.
No, but you're kind of hoping. And GFE gets his items. So we got our Butter Sword. All right, so let's see what the swordsmiths have. And Beator.
Well, that's our last bottle.
So now it's down to Purple Chest and Meyer. Now here's the tricky part for Edium. He has not completed Skull Woods yet. Has he? I don't think he has.
Yeah,
So he may not be able to check. DKS following the suit now. Heart container and purple chest. So it's looking more and more like Meyer was the play.
Meyer or Desert.
Meridian. Yeah. And unfortunately, Idiom is not going to be checking. He's going to Ice Palace. Oh, GFE's in Meyer. Kind of hard to see what he's doing, though. Well, it sounds like he got the torches lit, so we know that much.
Yeah, hopefully we can see his menu before long and see if he got either the red cane or the ether medallion.
Mm-hmm. You saw a hint there, but I don't think we got a chance to see what it was. And we're... Oh, of course, his lag finally cuts out right when we need him to see. So we do not know what he got.
Doesn't look like a big key. Where's DKS headed?
Or maybe, I don't think he's checked that yet. I don't see a cane. I don't see a red cane or a ether medallion.
Yeah, he got a big 20 in there.
So,
was it a bust?
Was that a bust? If that's the case, then what have we missed? Because we've checked everything. Cane has to be there somewhere.
Landmo?
Yeah, has to be Landmo. Landmo has to be the play.
But then that means Ether's in GT.
Oh, this is insane.
I feel like we get all the fun seeds.
I'm telling you. So how the heck did Salty Fry get through so fast?
He might have just bet on GT early and got lucky.
I think he must have made a big gamble and it paid off big.
Because to give you an idea, we haven't had another finisher yet.
No. We are still looking at Salty Fry as the only one who won. And now we have no idea where GFE is right now or what he's done.
I heard fanfare.
But I heard fanfare, and it sounds like he's in a dungeon, so I'm guessing he got something. I have no idea.
Can we assume it's Red Cane?
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on it.
if we see him back in Meyer, yeah, we can assume it's Red King because he's back in Meyer area.
Yeah, we can't verify it yet, but we have to assume he got it. Yeah, he's back in Meyer. I can't say 100%, but I'm saying at least a solid 80% certain he got Red Cane.
Well, DKS is about to hit up Landmower right now, so we'll get a better look in a few moments.
Yes, we will finally be able to verify for sure. Duke is saying, yeah, it's 99.999999% certain. I'm kind of in agreement with you. I can see where you're coming from since, yeah, GFE's back in here. All right, there's one, there's two. Nice quick kill from DKS. Nicely done. And there it is. Indeed, Landmolus had the cane.
And unfortunately, we just got our first forfeit.
Yeah, Dataplet has forfeited from the race. Honestly, at this point, I don't blame them. Like, this seed has been brutal. Also, since I almost forgot to do this, someone called Phantom Ryu because that's gotta be Kane! Again, Phantom Ryu would kill me if I didn't do that line. He's not only giving me his blessing, he encourages it. No joke. And we have our second place winner. Doom Tap has finished in second place with a time of 1:32.27. And there it is! Ether was on Vitreous!
Oh.
Ether was on Vitreous this whole time! So, ladies and gentlemen, if you check your phones, your watches, your timekeeping devices at this time, you will see that GFE 12 is now officially on Gomo time.
So, on our featured runners right now, our race is between GFE and DKS.
Pretty much.
Has GFE finished Eastern Palace yet?
I don't think he has. So actually, this race might be more in DKS's favor because all he has to do is finish up Meyer and he's on his way to Turtle Rock.
Now, in this case, which dungeon you finish last really doesn't affect anything because you're going to be fluting over to 3 to pull that ped.
Yeah, in this case, yeah, the only reason you'd want to save a particular dungeon for last is if it was Skull Woods, because then you could just literally just mirror over and finish. Also, we can confirm GTG has finished in third place with a time of 1:33.56. Now, of course, DKS is still going to try to full clear Meyer because he does not know where the pendant, where the medallion is. If he knew it was on Vitreous, he'd be beelining it right for it. Especially since he just got the big key. But now GFE in Turtle Rock. And he's going to go mode this dungeon. All he's going to be looking for are keys, big and small.
So, in the Discord, when it was revealed this was a pedestal seed, I made the joke that was an all dungeon seed in disguise. DKS is pretty close to that.
Oh, DKS is going to have all dungeons because he has to complete Misery Mire guaranteed, so he's going to have done an all dungeons run.
The exception of Aga Tower and GT.
Indeed. To answer your question, chat, Cane of Samaria was on Landmolus, Ether Medallion was on Vitreous. That is how ridiculous this seed just got. Oh, good point. DT, in the name of DT, points out that not technically all dungeons because they did not do AGA 1, which I'm sure they are grateful for. And we have our winner, Salty Fry, in the chat. Congratulations, by the way. Nicely done. He was planning on going to GT. He was thinking about doing GT until he found Ether, so yeah.
Yeah, this seed has just been... We should just call this what happens when pedestal goal goes wrong.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta write when going pedestal mode goes wrong. Gotta have that nice deep, just a little undertone there.
At least it wasn't GT required.
It was very close. It was so close. We were pretty much calling it at that point. Though I suspect now, if these two runners are getting close, DKS is getting close, I suspect we're going to be seeing a lot of duns very soon.
Yeah, because as we said, full clear.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 25 runners in this race right now, so yeah.
Oh, so that was a nice little trick there.
I think I just missed it.
So DKS grabbed the ether medallion, and then as the crystal was dropping, he just safe quit.
Well, he doesn't need the crystal.
Yep.
He doesn't need it. He just needed ether. I don't think I've ever seen that. Yeah, he technically didn't need to complete. He didn't complete it, but he technically didn't need to.
That's about
answer a question.
That's about 10 to 15 seconds saved.
Yeah. Also, answer a question in chat. We have seen Bloomerang, which was hiding in the mirror cave, the Circle of Bushes cave.
No respect for the fanfare. Let's be honest, DKS has seen more than his fair share of fanfare for this seed.
Yeah, that goes without saying. And Big Dunka has just taken 4th place with a time of 1:38.55.
GFE is about to head over to Trinex. DKS is starting his dive into Turtle Rock. GFE still has to go through Eastern Palace, though.
Oh, also, we've also found, apparently we did finally find Red Meringue. That was on Laser Bridge. And answer another question, chat, as we get our started here. Pedestal mode, basically the goal, instead of the goal being to defeat Ganon, the goal is to get the 3 pendants and pull the pedestal. Instead of an item, it will be the Triforce on the pedestal. So when you pull the pedestal, you win. So the GFE just about finished up with Trinex here. Honestly, this is going to be a close race. Because GFE just has Eastern Palace to do. DKS has most of Turtle Rock still left to do. This is going to be close.
I think it might be in GFE's favor.
just slightly. It's going to be close either way. Though we have our 5th place winner, Zelga Dasan, has finished 5th place with a time of 1:40:30.
Now, Edium's going to be in a bit of a unique situation here because they're going to get the Ether Medallion. And they're going to be looking for the bow for go mode.
Because they did not check. They're not checking. They have not defeated Skull. They've not defeated Mothula. They do not have Fairy access yet.
Also, did you see that hint? Tower of Hera big key requires fire.
Yeah, that's a little late, isn't it?
How many late hints have we had this seed?
It's too many.
Like, almost all of them. I think we had 1 or 2 relevant ones. Even then, they weren't useful. Oh, the other thing for GFE's Eastern Palace is he's already got the big key out of here.
Yeah. I think yeah, this is why DT was saying GFE's probably got a 2-minute lead here over DKS. I think I agree with that because yeah, he could just, this part's really quick and easy. He's already got the big key, so he's go-moding this full on. And Aktabacher finishing in 6th place with a time of 1:42:25.
We have open mode seats faster than this one.
And that is saying something, folks, let me tell you. Like I said, it was what did I say earlier? I said now that we know our runners, our featured runners are getting close, we're going to see a lot more dot duns here very quick. And GFE with those silver arrows just blazing past his final boss, takes him out, gets the compass, and gets the red pendant. That is pendant number 3. So his last stop is coming, folks. He is on his way to the pedestal. There's the red meringue on DKS's side as he checks laser bridge. There's the cape.
That's a little late.
And of course the key would be in the last spot. That's the last thing he needs right now. But right now the money is on GFE 12. He is entering the home stretch here. Enters the final area. And ladies and gentlemen, GFE 12 has finished in 7th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 44 seconds. And we should also note that I Am the Swartz finished in 8th with 1:44:01, and Tadaru is finished in 9th with 1:44:09.
GG's GFE, first among our featured runners, and 7th with this mess. Not bad.
Also, Plasma Kappa has taken 10th place with 1:44:34.
DKS getting through Trinex on 1 heart.
That is insane. And Hitzion 1337 taking 11th place with 1:45:09. And our GFE joining us here in the channel. GG, my friend.
Oh, thank you. That was quite a seed for not having to go into GT.
Yeah, absolutely. We should let you know that you asked what place you were in. You got 7th place, my friend.
I was curious how it was on Restream because my connection's not too good, as I'm sure y'all have noticed.
Yeah, well, you were the first of our featured runners to win, that's for sure. But speaking of which, Marnificent has finished in 12th place with a time of 1:45.52. And we're about to see the second of our featured restreamers as DKS89 is heading up to the pedestal as we speak. And with this... Oh...
I think that Bombos is deserved.
Yeah, dropping a little... But nonetheless, he finishes now in 13th place with a time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 3 seconds.
So, GFE, what did you think of this mess?
See, I believe 4 crystal bosses either held items or blocked items that were required. Got triple dipped both Desert and Misery Mire.
Yeah, Desert had the red cane. Skull Woods and Thieves Town together blocked the bow. Mire blocked the ether. So yeah, it's at least 4 crystals.
Being forced into bowless, lampless pod as well.
All right, we've got DKS89 joining us here in the channel as well. GG, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, GG.
GG.
So how about that ether medallion, huh?
Yeah, you know, that was pretty good. You know, that's my first pedestal seed, so I didn't know what to expect, but it just ended up being your typical 100%, so that's pretty fun.
I was about to say, how do you like that all dungeon seed?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, this seed, guys, trolled you guys hard. I mean, Lamp and Bow and Pyramid Fairy, Cane of Samaria on Land Molus, and then Ether on Vitreous. Like, my God, I feel for you guys, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how, like, first place got a pretty good time is, like, they just didn't do dungeons that were unnecessary, like Pod and Ice, and that kind of sucks that you did those and they were pretty much entirely unnecessary, so...
Well,
they were good options.
Pod not so much, because you did at least need to go in there a little bit to get the fire rod, but yeah, not full clear it.
Yeah, and I chose to go into Ice hoping that Graveyard Ledge Bombos would advantage, but it was just bait.
Yeah, you got debated on that one. Most of you guys did. I know, yeah, DKS and Edium, who we're seeing right now, finally going into Pyramid Fairy, he got trolled on that one. So I think only Burn the Witch was the only one of the restreamed runners who did not go in there. And Edium gonna go ahead and throw in a potion there for good measure. Also, we should note that ZZZ Cube took 14th place with 146.35, and Chex Human took 15th with 146.59. Oh, man.
So, a lot of the hints you all were coming up on, it looked like they ended up being pretty useless tonight.
Worse than useless. That Mire hint is the whole reason I went in without fire source. Once I had a fire source, and then finally I had to go to Vitreous for that unique.
Yeah, it was a good gamble.
I actually forgot about the Mire hint.
We knew there was one near Meyer, which I believe, I forget what item was in the Meyer shack, but I don't think I didn't see a hint of saying there was anything in Meyer.
Yeah, I forgot where the hint was, but I believe it was the hint in Hera and a unique item in Meyer, and that trolled me hard with all those dips.
No, I think it was near Meyer. Near Meyer refers to the Meyer shed.
Oh, did it say that?
Yeah, because I remember we
I
saw that
misread
one.
it.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out to have helped you.
Guess it did. That's crazy.
So these are probably going to be some really high collection rates for a pedestal seed.
Just seeing mine. That collection rate not even being in GT at all is crazy.
So did you all at least enjoy yourselves with it?
It was pretty okay for the first hour or so, but when I started like getting into this like goose chase for those last few items, it just reminded me of like every other open seed where you're like just 100%ing the game.
Yeah, that's randomizer for you, especially in these later versions. Like, the logic just loves to mess with you when it can help. When it can help it.
Yeah, I've only played a few pedestal goal seeds. I've had one where you had to go into GT to get a hook shot, and that was honestly less trolly than this seed was.
Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, Burn the Witch has officially forfeited from the race. He tilted. He honestly did not know where to go. So we are down to Edium to finish this race off. But luckily for him, he is in go mode. So it should not take him long to finish this up. Alright, time for Edium to take on the Armos Knights. He's got the bow, he's got Silver Rose. This should be no problem for him. Wait, Edium's not? Oh! You're right. I take that back. I am a fool. He has not been to Misery Mire. He does not have his Ether Medallion. Wow. I'm blind.
Well, to be fair, Desert and Meyer were together. Our other two runners did them back to back, so we just assumed.
Yeah. I have a saying for that, but I'm pretty sure I'd get in trouble for saying it. Let's just say never make assumptions.
Yeah.
And Burn the Witch is actually going to join us here in the channel. GG, even if even after the forfeit, my friend. But GG to you. Just give me a second to just push the talk set up here.
GG, but please send all the help you can.
dude, I will say this straight up, dude. I don't blame you. This seed, like we were just talking with GFE and DKS here, this seed was harsh.
I know. I still can't figure out where I haven't been because I'm still missing Ether and Kane.
Do you want the answer?
My honor says no, but my brain says yes.
I'll tell you. Kane of Samaria was on Land Molus. Ether Medallion was on Vitreous.
Oh my I thought I got both items out of desert, so I mismarked it.
There, it happens. Even when you have a tracker, that kind of stuff could happen to you, man. I tell you.
I'd just like to point out the collection rates of GFE and DKS right now. GFE with 3 dungeons uncleared has 157. DKS, who cleared all 10 dungeons, even though one of the crystals isn't showing because mirroring out, 164.
Yeah, like in a normal or standard seed, I haven't had a collection rate this high in forever. So it's pretty ironic, actually.
Oh no, Edium's heading into pod.
And in IRC, we're seeing some consistent like 155, 156, 157 collection rates. This seed, and there's a 165. This seed is just, this is evil.
This seed was evil. Oh man.
Alright, well, I'm gonna hop out now, guys. So thanks for commentating, and thanks for the restream and the trackers, all for making this possible.
And thank you, my friend. Thanks for giving us an awesome race there. Again, GG to you, DKS.
Yeah, thanks. GG.
GG, man. GG.
Yeah, actually, I think we'll take this time to mention, if you guys enjoyed our 4 restream runners here, make sure you give GFE12, Etium, Burn the Witch, and DKS89 a follow on Twitch here. I think they deserve it for an amazing race here. And of course, our trackers Fear the Agent and Duke Firebird. And of course, myself and my co-commentator, Dark Shadows 59. Make sure you give us all a follow, show some love. And of course, make sure you follow all of our Speed Gaming channels. Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6. Because we've got races all day, every day. Just non-stop races going on here. You never know what you'll find. And even if you know, Link to the Past, plenty of that. Super Metroid. We've got Ori and the Blind Forest going on. We've got Final Fantasy. We've got the original Legend of Zelda. We got so many races. Check the event list down in the description below so you can see all of the races we've got coming up.
Kind of funny when your rotors don't recognize when they're getting items because of the dark rooms.
Yeah. Yeah, JP, that's when you got your book was in Pod Dark Maze. We saw someone else grab it earlier, too. And, Burn, having fun there blowing up Sir Hostila?
Oh, you don't know how happy I am. You know, during yesterday's qualifier, I avoided that whole bug net mess, and I got so tilted from seeing that today.
Just a little reminder there.
Yep. Well, we'll let Burn have his catharsis right now. As Edium finally on track, heading into Misery Mire. And oh, is he going to rage so hard when he finds out what's waiting for him at the end of this dungeon.
Also, I believe this is the third straight race I've seen where something is in left side swamp.
True. Though, when you think about it, boots weren't actually required.
They were 100% required.
Oh, big key on torch. Duh. Ah, my brain. What's going on with me?
It's called a 2-hour pedestal seed.
Fair point. Fair point.
Also, you jinxed it at the start.
Wait, me? How did I jinx it?
You said it could be half an hour or 2 hours. Well,
I did, didn't I? I certainly did. And yep, we just crossed the 2-hour mark. And Duke Firebird in the Discord chat going hashtag blame shades. Oh God. Doom Tap, don't feel bad. DKS cleared all of the dungeons. His tracker may not be showing it, but he did, when he completed Misery Mire, he did save and quit out. So he did clear all dungeons.
so I have to wonder if Eddie, in Edium's mind, is he thinking GT right now?
I'm sure the thought is crazy. Like, he's like, there's no way there's anything here. I'm going to have to do GT at this point. But he also knows he has to complete this one to even get to GT, so he's gonna find out very soon. He's gonna be like, oh, thank God.
Now, you're expecting a quick seed, and you're pushing 2-hour threshold. You see open seats faster than this. So,
You do.
yeah, and it starts to wear on your mind a little bit after a while.
There it is. Also, Burn here showing us one of the new features of version 30. Instead of having the bomb and arrow upgrades be randomly part of the item pool, they're now sold there at the fairy cave that you would normally get them at, just slightly different.
And they give you a full refill. So, let's say you're routing in, like, you need to go to Eastern Palace or Pod, and you're short on arrows. Go do Ice Palace first and buy your arrow upgrade and just refill. I almost feel sorry for anyone that this is their first ped seed.
No kidding. Actually, it's funny you say that. One of our runners who just finished up, I am not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. Avi Diusnaso, I think is how it's pronounced. Forgive me if I get that wrong. He just said, "Great first ped seed. Wish I played it any other way."
So why is Burn so angry? Burn thought they had both items out of desert, and the red cane is on land though.
And he was kind of banking on Sir Hassela having one of the two items he was looking for, and they just had bug net.
And that bug net is a reminder of, I believe it was yesterday's qualifier. Dodged it yesterday, not today.
Well, I guess if you're going to get trolled like that, at least it's here on a daily where it's not going to hurt you that bad versus the qualifier where it could have messed up your chances at a tournament run.
I don't believe you can kill Vanilla Ganon because
No, they made him invincible. Like fourth phase Ganon is completely invincible to all attacks, so you can't kill Ganon.
yeah, if you go there, he'll just call you a dumb.
Pretty much. All right.
So outside of the two towers, the only dungeons that didn't require any kind of dip was Tower of Hera and Ice Palace. So as we said earlier, this was a seed. That's all we can say.
Yep, and it looks like we are down to 3 runners right now in our current race. Obviously, we've got Edium who's still running on our restream, but we have 2 others behind the scenes that are also still running. So it's down to... I take that back! So-called 244, or so-called 2044 just finished in 22nd place with 206.44. So we are down to 2 runners.
So out of 26 runners, 20 were able to hit the sub 2 hour mark. And our 20th place finisher was only able to make it by 3 seconds.
Indeed. Also, have a good night, GFE. Thanks for joining us here tonight. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Solitiu just finished 23rd. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are watching our last place finisher right now with Etium. Because there is literally nobody else left who has not finished. Yes, indeed. I agree with Duke Fire. Let's cheer him on. Let's give Edium your energy, folks. Let's at least let him finish. He's on the last legs now.
He's still possibly looking at a sub 210, which, yeah, as we said, this seed was brutal.
Yes, very much so.
The multi-dips were real.
Very much real. Now all he's got to do is get the last key, get that last key, the key out of that last chest, and he's gonna get all his items out of the process. There's the red meringue.
So this means our shovel was in GT, right?
Yeah, it has to be. Oh no!
And I don't think we saw another shield, so I think it's also both shields up there as well.
Well, they have one shield, and they got a second. We saw a second one on the library ledge, so the third one's in GT for sure.
The library was so long ago, though.
I'm surprised I remember, to be honest. Oh, look what happened on Burn. He's enraged the Cocos.
So Ice Rod, were we having ice chicken?
I just wanted to freeze it for later, you know?
Oh, speaking of ice,
Oh. And there we have it, the last pendant for Edium. He is on his way to the pedestal to finally finish this race and end it completely.
So, why don't we just bring a Coco to Ganon and then summon the chickens on him?
You know, that would be a good idea. It's kind of why I think they implemented something like that in Hyrule Warriors, actually, where you could use the Cocos to your advantage. I think, and Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild did the same thing.
Etium making their way through the Lost Woods, about to pull the pedestal. And probably wanting to wash the taste of the seed out of their mouth.
Yeah, pretty much. You win. Not quite, not really, but nonetheless, he does at least finish. So, ladies and gentlemen, Etium has finished in last place, 24th, with official SRL time of 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 17 seconds.
24th out of 26 with 2 forfeits.
To be fair, 2 forfeits for a seed like this, that's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm trying to be nice here, okay? Believe it or not, folks, Etium is still willing to join us in here, so just give him a second. He'll be in here to join us.
Runners, please feel free to throw that seed in the nearest dumpster fire.
Throw it in a dumpster, douse it in gasoline, and then light it up. Duke in the chat. I should get this to add to my special folder.
Tell me who you spring it on. I want to see their reaction. Now, side note, don't accept any strange seeds from Duke for a while.
No. All right, we'll give that team a chance to prep his audio up here. But still, what an insane race we've had here tonight. As that team now joins us here in the channel. GG there, Eddie.
Hey, GG. That was, my brain hurts. Holy man.
Dude, my friend, I do not blame you. This, like, even watching the other runners, this seed was brutal.
Yeah.
With the items, the way they were laid.
Like, how you could possibly have finished this in What was first place? 120 something. 120.
We're still
That-
trying to figure out how he pulled that off. He had to have made some good gambles.
I gotta watch his VOD or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I went into Hera, forgetting I didn't have fire. That was silly. And then I think the biggest mistake I made was when I noped out of Skull Woods. For some reason, I wasn't even thinking about the 5-6 crystals, but if I had remembered that, I would have finished it for sure. But instead, I noped out, and then I got to Meyer because I was like, okay, is this my last location? And I got to the basement, and I didn't have the lamp, and I was like, oh, okay, the lamp must be somewhere. Oh yeah, Fat Fairy. So then I just scrambled back there and got everything from that. But yeah, if I had just gone on and done Mafia, I probably would have been significantly faster.
Hey, you finished.
Yeah.
That's the important part. You toughed it out, you pulled it out, you kept going, and you finished it out. And Burn here, he had to forfeit. He got completely tilted. So
Oh, yeah, I was getting a little bit tilted. I was getting a little bit sloppy at the end, but I was like, as soon as I found that bow, I was like, okay, I have a path to go on now, so I can finish it. And I was like, okay, at least I don't have to do GT.
yeah, a lot of us, as we were watching this, were like before someone finally got to Vitreous, we were all thinking, okay, at this point, GT has to be on the docket. Like you're gonna have to go to GT, and then we see a GFE get the Ether 9, like, or maybe not. Okay, so
as soon as I saw Salty Fry finish with 120, I was like, okay, there's no possible way that anything is in GT.
yeah.
So I was kind of neglecting, finishing crystal bosses, especially if there wasn't necessarily an item at the end of them. But yeah, well, I don't do Pedestal very often, so it's a bit of a different thing.
Well, you did good, man. Take a bow, count. Pat yourself on the back. You at least finished the seed. And that just means you know what to do for next time. You'll know how to prepare yourself. So next time, who knows? Maybe we'll see you in the top 5, or at least the top 10. Or if not, maybe who knows? Maybe one day you'll win one.
Yeah. No, really, all that annoys me is just mental mistakes that I made, like that Hera thing, and it's the Eastern Palace. I was going to the boss, and I just kind of went into autopilot and went back towards the big key room. Yeah, when I do stuff like that, it just annoys me. But yeah, this was
And
an interesting seat.
That, to say the least. Any last words before we wrap this up for tonight?
No, just thanks to you guys and the trackers and the restreamer and everyone who puts these things together. Just shout out to all of them.
And shout out to you guys as well. Like we said before, folks, if you guys enjoyed our runners tonight, make sure you give GFE12, Etium, Burn the Witch, and DKS89 a follow here on Twitch. And of course, our trackers, Duke Firebird and the Fear Agent. And of course, myself and my co-commentator, Dark Shadows 59. Dark, it has been a pleasure working with you, my friend.
Oh, it's been a pleasure working with you. It's been a pleasure watching this race unfold.
To say the least. And of course, folks, make sure you follow all of our channels here, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming's 2 through 6, so you can keep up with all of our amazing races coming on down the pipe. Make sure you guys check the schedules and event lineup down in the description below so you can get an idea of what we've got coming up down the pipe. But in the meantime, I want to thank you folks for joining us as always here. On behalf of everyone here in the Speed Gaming family, my name is The Shades, and we will see you guys next time. Rock on!